Hello, welcome to MASH online club. Today I prepared for you around 15 minutes face yoga class that will help you release tension. That's a first biggest reason for premature aging. You don't need anything. We're gonna use deep tissue techniques. So just your hands, clean face, neck and the chest. And we're gonna start with the chest. So just gather a roll. Sometimes if you have a lot of tension, maybe sitting on a desk, it can be quite hard. So you can round a little bit to help yourself grab as much tissue as possible. So grabbing the fold and then bringing it up. It can be quite intense. Remember that in this technique and with all the techniques we're going to use today, you never want to feel pain. It can be very intense, but as long as you can breathe and relax, it's fine. All right, this. And then we're going to grab this fold again, starting lower, and then in a way, walking it up. Okay. So my intention here is to soften the tissues. I don't pinch myself. I don't want to crush anything under my fingers. Just release. Good. And now from the center out, we're gonna go in 2 lines on each side. So again, grabbing a roll and then using the fingers, the middle finger and the index finger, I walk it towards the armpit, a little bit diagonal, so along the ribs. Oof, it's quite also intense in here. Okay, and then a little bit higher up. Beautiful. And then we go to the other side. So grab and then allow the tissues to decide how fast you go. So for me, around the sternum, it's quite, everything is quite soft, but when we come closer to the armpit, I can feel that the tension is sitting there for me, so I will spend a little bit more time here, and then feel free to decide for you. And then the last fold, just under the collarbone, a bit on the diagonal towards the armpit. Okay, and now sternocleidomastoid. So to find it on the right, drop the right ear to the right shoulder, and we're gonna look up. So you can very well see it here. It attaches behind the ear and then sternum and collarbone. So we're gonna grab it, and then it's like we wanna dive the fingers under the muscle, and then again, just soften it. So, depending on how is your sternocleidomastoid, it can be a little bit harder to get there, or maybe easier, and then you can maybe even stretch it. Good. And then on the other side, so again, drop the left ear this time to the left shoulder, look up, because this is the muscle that's responsible for all these movements to the sides. And you should be able to feel it behind your ear. So I'm not grabbing my skin, I'm not walking on the skin, I'm going really deep here. And again, on the entire length of the muscle behind the ear, towards the center, I soften, walk my fingers, try to get my fingers sort of under. Oh, good. Ooh, nice. Now we're gonna take the hands and relax the trapezius muscle. So I'm gonna grab it with my 4 fingers here, and then the thumb I will put in front in this little pit over the clavicle, and then I will just try to bring it forward. So again, this is the muscle that picks up a lot of tension, especially if you sit a lot. or train a lot. And then if it has a lot of tension, it has this pulling down effect on your face as well. Okay. Oh, it feels really good. And now we're just gonna stretch the neck, bringing the chin in. It's okay if you see double, triple chin, and then bringing it in, and then tuck the chin completely down towards the chest. Interlace the fingers, and you can place the hands on the head behind, so not on the neck but on the head. I'm not forcing anything, this is an active stretch. I just gently elongate the neck using my hands and this tuck. A few deep breaths in here. Good. And then we're gonna spread the elbows, squeeze the muscles behind, open up the chest, and release. We're gonna go higher up behind this angle of beauty in here. Again, I will try to get my fingers behind the bone here. You can gently move the jaw forward, not too much, but a little bit, just relax the jaw here, and then get deeper there by using this vibrating movement. And you can just use this movement all the time. It's a little bit hard to talk while I do it. Or you can just drill deep when you feel that your body starts to resist. Just hold and breathe. Breathe and relax. Okay, around 30 seconds. And we're gonna release and go up to the masseter. This is a really strong chewing muscle together with temporalis. They move our jaw when we eat and talk. So we're gonna use our knuckles and then find the first soft tissue. Here we have the bone, and then just under, this is where the masseter starts. So again, I just try to drill my knuckles in deep. You can go in zigzag, forward, backwards, or up and down, and then slowly moving down. And it can be a little bit counterintuitive to pull the face down in order to lift it, but the masseter muscle, it relaxes down. So this is its flexion, and this is extension. So we move against this flexing movement to relax the muscle more. You can again just relax your jaw, but not open. The back of the neck and the entire face is relaxed. Good. What's important when you look at the mirror is that if you don't stay on a masseter, you start to go forward, or you place the hands just on the cheeks like this. It should never look like this. So the moment you put at least one finger away from the masseter, you start to look like this. This is something we don't want. So just take a look at the mirror, make sure that when you do this, your face is not deforming, it stays the same. Okay, and now just a couple of strokes down, nice and deep. Okay, good, oof. Nice release. And then we're gonna take 2 fingers or 1 finger, whatever is more comfortable, and then place on both sides of the nostrils. Again, get deep. So I press in, and then I start to draw small circles away from the nose. So this should not look like this. Very small circles, micro movement. So placing like a medium pressure. Definitely it should not be painful. And then slowly moving up towards the bridge of the nose. If you find any place that's a little bit more sensitive to touch, you can actually feel the tension, have muscles coming up here. So you can stay in these places a little bit longer, maybe stop the video, and then gently down. And again, starting close to the nostrils and going up. Okay, good. And now we're gonna relax the area around the mouth. So you can just start to pinch on the edge of the red and white lip. Upper lip as well. Muscle around the mouth with time start to get tense up and sort of get dragged in. So the lips with time can get smaller. So we want this muscle to be nice and relaxed for our lips to stay plump. Good. And now we're just gonna grab entire muscle and release. It's normal to feel a little lump in here. There's a lot of muscles coming in together. You can also use the zigzag movement, maybe stretch a little bit, but this is a very small movement. Great. And now, eyes. Let's tap around the eyes gently. Okay, good. And now we're just gonna open up the eye. So coming to the temple, and then like you wanna open the eye. So again, I press my fingers in, and then slowly, like I would like to open the crow's feet. Few times, maybe one more. Good. And then let's move over to the other side. Last one. Good. Moving up. So for those of you who has those lines or tendency to do this when you're focused, when you read, we're gonna release these muscles that bring brows together, and they attach to the bridge of the nose and go more or less to the arch of the brow, middle of the brow. So we're gonna grab a fold, and then when it comes to the size of the fold, it's very individual. So for me, it's actually really small. Good. And then the same thing, I just want to soften everything, brush through muscle fibers, and then I'm gonna go to one side. So I scoop the muscle from the bridge of the nose out, and then I gently also gather the frontalis muscle, the forehead muscle, with my index fingers. Good. Other side. Okay. And back to center. And I'm just gonna stretch them using the finger. I use entire surface of the finger, and then I'm gonna stretch the brows out and smooth out this area. So this is a common problem if you feel that this is the area you want to work on. This you can do much longer. Okay, but it would be it now. And now forehead, zigzag movement. Again, quite deep, so it's not superficial on the skin. I really want to relax the muscle. And then horizontal. Good. And then a lift with the palm of the hand. Oof, good. And now you're just gonna go over to the head, very important part. So I'm gonna lift the fascia from the brows all the way to the hairline, and I'm gonna do the same in the back. So just gather the tissues from the neck over to the hairline, and then massaging deep tissue in a circular motion with the fingers. I'm gonna bring the hands closer together. So if you have braids or if you have short hair, you might not grab the hair. You can just release the fingers and then pull the hands towards one another. But if you have long hair like me, you can grab behind and at the front and start to pull the hair towards one another, releasing this thick fascia tape on the top of the head. Good. I like to vibrate also a little bit, like move my hands, especially the top one. And release slowly. Good. And now the sides. So starting on the temples and then massaging from the hairline towards the center of the head. You can stay in the places that feel a little bit more sensitive to touch, where you can feel tension. The last one, again, just grabbing a handful of hair, pulling out and up. Holding, breathing and relaxing. Shoulders down. And one last breath in here. And gently release slowly. Good. So this set, it can be done once, twice a week. I hope you enjoy it and see you in other classes.